Warning. This podcast is solely based on smut books. The definition of smut is a story that includes one or more sexually explicit scenes. This is a warning for all listeners to proceed with caution. There will be explicit content, sex talk, and triggering subjects. We will provide a trigger warning before each episode. This podcast is not intended for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised. Hey, Smut Sluts. We're your hosts. I'm Tisha.
And I'm Corey. Welcome back to our podcast.
Okay. We're
Something
doing something
new.
different.
Who are we?
Who are we? So we are doing the top 5 chirps of the year of the books that we've read in 2022.
I am really excited to do this. I'm really glad we had this talk. And we were at work and we're like, we don't want to do another book review. Let's do something different. This is going to be the last episode for the year. Yep. Let's go out with a bang.
Yeah.
Literally.
This is sex talk. And that's it. Just chirp, 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 chirp.
Ooh, I'm excited. We have read so many books this year that there were so many scenes to discuss, to try to go back and remember them all and which one did I get the horniest from?
Yeah, because we were writing them down at work, mind you. What one? And then when we were just recording It Starts With Us, I went, I forgot about that scene. I got to add that one. So you guys are getting top 5 plus a bonus. So there's 6 for each of us.
Yeah. And we're going to go into a little detail with them. It's going to be fun. I think it's refreshing to take a break and talk about this because who doesn't want to hear about chirp scenes?
It's so true. What got you in the mood? We want to hear yours too. So DM us.
Tell us.
Seriously, tell us what scene did it for you. And if it's a book we haven't read, we'll read it and maybe we'll review it. So tell us.
Please. I would love it. Any book that gets you going is so amazing. As long as it has a good plot too.
Yeah.
I don't mind the short novellas where they're just sex. Those are really good too. But you either have to have a vibrator or a partner, I feel like. You can't just do it. I don't understand me being single, how to read. I think I'm scared to read a smut book right now because I don't know how I would handle it.
Niagara Falls.
Yeah, I think it would be the ocean, the Pacific Ocean at this point.
I just thought of the Bloodhound Gang song, The Bad Touch. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
He's what does he say? The motion of the ocean, baby, or something
I
like that.
need the motion of the ocean in my life.
The ocean needs some motion.
It's going to be bad. What did you say last week? That they're going to need a snorkel?
Snorkel. It's whoever you have sex with is, I'm going to buy him a snorkel and a little red flag or white flag. I surrender.
I don't think it should be a snorkel. I think it should be scuba
gear. You're going to need the oxygen. We've quoted that movie twice today now. I wipe my own ass.
Scuba Steve. Okay, maybe it's time for some Big Daddy. Oh my God.
Big Daddy. Oh yeah. Only if his name's Cass, right?
Oh yeah. Daddy Cass is the only man in my life I think that I would ever call daddy.
And Daddy Zaid.
Okay,
Did you see H.D. Carlton's post of Addie and freaking Zaid?
Yes.
Oh my God. It was literally perfect.
Yeah. People have been asking if they're going to do those into TV series, and I think
share post.
Huh?
Oh.
The post. What happened on it? I don't know.
She put out artwork.
I was what?
Bria's interjecting. She put out
the artwork of what Zaid and Addie would look like that, what she pictured in her head as Zaid and Addie.
It was perfect. But so on that note, people have been when are they going to do TV shows for it? I would love to see it. They would ruin it.
I don't know if I could handle a TV show that dark. I could probably handle it.
I could.
I've watched a lot of fucked up shit.
How fucked up is fucked up?
Pretty fucked up.
I would be okay with it because I feel like I would be okay with it with the storyline. But how do you create a character? There is nobody that could play Zaid.
No. I literally don't have an actor in mind.
I think it would get ruined.
What's his name? From The Vampire Diaries.
Ian Somerhalder?
No. Yes.
No.
Him with a scar.
He's too tiny. I'm sorry he doesn't do it for me.
Okay, I guess he is. Zayd's supposed to be stupidly massive.
Somebody tall and bulky and then scary. I don't know.
I don't either.
All right.
It's a mystery.
Let's jump into it. Let's get sex talk instead of this talk, all right?
We're going to go in reverse order. So we're going to go from number 6 to number 1, what our number 1 scene was.
You got it.
So I'll start.
Yeah, I want you to go first.
My number 6 is the club scene in Sicko.
I thought it was your number 1. No, you got to go this way.
That's what I just did, sis.
You're right. Okay, I'm fucking it up.
Okay, so the club scene in Sicko, it's when that fucking, I don't even remember names,
Wicked?
dude. No.
Oh, the stepdad.
Yeah.
The dad.
Yeah, Kyle. I think his name's Kyle.
Probably.
But we don't know it's Kyle yet. I think he goes by like John or something like that. Anyways, he takes her to the sex club and she goes into the dark room. Oh my God.
Foot is stuck.
It sounds like you're farting.
I am not farting on camera. I won't. That is one.
With that face you were making too. Anyways, I'm trying to talk about sex. Quit foot farting.
My foot just wanted to say hi.
Okay, so it's when they go to the sex club and she gets put in a dark room and it's 2 guys and they are fucking her in a little threesome thing. She has no idea who they are. It's pitch black. I don't know why this scene was so hot to me, but it got me chirping like a motherfucker.
This scene was really hot. It just didn't do it for me like it did for you.
I think it's
love
like
that
the
you did.
mystery aspect of it. Like,
You're a little more of like a freak.
Yeah.
I think I am, but I just haven't got to experience it. So maybe that is
like, me and Nick did like a blindfold thing and I told him whatever he wants and it was seriously so hot. Like, I think that's just like my thing. I don't know.
Your kink?
It was
Can I say, this is going to come out probably multiple times through this episode, but I love the fact that reading smut can find you new kinks. Like,
oh yeah.
There are so many. Obviously, this should be with somebody you're comfortable with, not right off the bat. Hopefully, if not, whatever.
Like, Priest introduced me to the Ice Cube stuff.
This is why I'm scared to read smut, because I don't have a partner to be like, you want to try this?
So you just need to open it up with that. Just be like, hey, my name's Corey and I really want to get kinky. Are you down for that? They're going to be like,
I don't know.
Go.
I would need to have some tequila involved. I need liquid courage for that because I'm too shy of a person to be like, hey, I read this in a book. Will you try it with me?
Will you chain me to your ceiling?
Will you?
It happened in MK. Just like this.
My sister's behind the camera, like, the fuck is wrong with you guys? But really, like, there's so much you could do, like fucking in front of a mirror.
I've tried that, did not love it, but I don't love my body. You love your body, so I feel like it'd be different for you. Me, I was like, ew.
But then you still have those like, is that really what my stomach looks like? A fucking beach swell? No, thank you.
And when you're like bent over like that, it like all your organs like hang. Do you know what I'm saying?
But I also like my titties, so I would be like, I
feel like it would be something good for you. Me,
like, no. This is so TMI, but we're beyond the point of it. Like, I personally love watching somebody suck on my titties. Like,
you're voyeurism.
I don't want somebody else watching me. I like it myself. Like,
so you're exhibitionist. You like to watch.
Maybe. I couldn't handle somebody I like had feelings for fuck somebody else.
Oh no.
Like, I don't know. It just is like a turn on, and then I don't. This is very my titties. Like you wanted me. That was really personal.
I mean, we've talked about all the things. Throwing up on penises, dusty stick, titty sucking, snorkels.
Okay.
Cobwebs.
I still have cobwebs if nobody can tell from my conversation.
I hope by the time this episode comes out, those cobwebs have been cleared.
Please. It's gonna have to be a minute.
At least with like a battery operated boyfriend.
That's more likely to happen.
Put a little Swiffer on it before you use it.
Dust the cobwebs while
360. Please don't do that.
Do you think it would tickle?
No, it wouldn't.
No, because then it would have plastic.
It's like infection waiting to happen.
I will just stick with a vibrator. Not even like a dildo vibrator, like just the bullet.
Just the bullet.
Like I don't.
Just the tip. Maria looks like she's gonna throw up. You should be used to this by now, sis.
This shouldn't be shit from what comes out of my mouth at the house. What I say is way worse than that.
Okay, what's your number 16?
Priest with the sacred oils, dude. When they're getting it on in the church and they go to his office and he puts the oils on her ass and just fucks her in her ass,
that is like such taboo.
I love it. Like, I think I need a dominant man who's not afraid to take charge, because I think out of all of my scenes, that is the number one thing, is just do what you want with me and make me come and I'm good. But I also have an anal kink, 100%.
I could see that from you.
100% I do. Jesus, this is so personal. And it comes with the comfortability with people. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna go and fuck somebody for the first time and let them fuck me in my ass. But this scene to me was just so downright raw,
filthy.
Yeah, like it was like, you filthy bitch. Like, holy fuck, I was chirping.
I think that scene, I don't think any of the scenes really in that book did it for me, but that was because I struggled with the book.
Yeah,
where you were more into it.
Yeah, you had more of a problem with the God complex. Mm-hmm. Is that the right way? The complex of it, or just the God in general?
I don't have a God complex. God, Corey,
That's
fuck off.
The right way to say it.
I'm a very humble person.
Yes. But you struggled with the religion aspect of it, and I was able to understand it a little bit more. Like, you were more standoffish with it. But I think for me, I think it was with this scene, it was, holy shit, it is taboo. This is a forbidden aspect to it. Mm-hmm. You're using sacred bejesus oil.
Bejesus oil.
For lube.
Can you pass me the sacred bejesus oil?
I think this author, Sierra Simone, right? Mm-hmm. In the second one, if you've read the second one, it's about a nun and his brother. And they're fucking in a kitchen, and he used straight up fucking oil, like cooking oil for the lube.
Oh my gosh, no.
But it just sounds so slick and ready to go.
Sounds like it would be so good.
It sounds...
Would you like some cake with that oil?
Can I have my cake and eat it too?
Nice buns, hun.
God. So I would have to say that's my number 6. That, going down the line, I feel like that's where it starts for me, and it just progresses as it goes.
Okay, number 5 for me is praise the rotating bed at the very end. I don't know why, because I would never do it in my real life.
No.
But the thought of people watching gets me going. And I would never, ever, ever, ever do that. I'm way too self-conscious. And what happens in the bedroom is between me and Nick. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, I tell you about it all the time, and apparently all of our listeners. But I would never want someone to ever watch us, but reading about it.
Right.
Uh-huh.
I think that's the fun part about smut, where people, smut's come a long way. Mm-hmm. It used to be shamed. It used to be frowned upon if you read smut. It was essentially you're reading porno. And I mean, we're still reading porn, but the times have changed. We're more open to it. Mm-hmm. So what you read in a book, you might not do it in real life, but you're still sucked into a story. You're still part of the characters. You essentially are the characters because you're in their brain when they're reading, You're the character. So I agree with you. This scene to me
was so hot.
Yeah, because she shoves a straight up butt plug up his ass, and they fucking go for it. And this book did it.
Yeah, it did so fucking good.
It was like, wow. It was a good one. She did really good with these 2 books. I've read the first 2. I need to finish them, but it was like okay, I need to go to the shower.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Mm-hmm. My next one is the whole book, because it's a novella, and it's just a smut novella. There's
straight.
Yeah. So it's Scream for Us, and I would have to say Melt for Us is really good too.
Yeah.
And I have to go into it a little bit. It's not even just a scene, it's the entirety of the book. Uh-huh. The masks and the what's the right word? The
possessiveness.
No, like the secretive.
Oh, yeah, like the secret identity type thing. She doesn't know who she's fucking the whole book. They have masks on the whole time.
Until the end, and it's just like, holy fuck. And not only... God,
you have a horror thing. Like, 100%. You love horror movies, and these were literal masks from horror movies.
Yeah. It was... I got awkward in parts where she was like, fuck me, Jason, and I was just like... I couldn't...
Fuck me, Ghostface.
Yeah, like, that's not... To me, like, I don't know, but the whole book was just so sexy. Mm-hmm. And then you go into the second one, and it's not... I think there's 5 of them, so it's a 5-some. Yeah, because there's 4 dudes.
I thought there was 3 dudes. I thought there was Jason. Oh, wait, there's Michael, Ghostface.
Jason.
I already said Jason. Okay. Say Jason again.
Jason. Jason, Michael, Ghostface. There's one more, I think. I swear there's 5 because there's 2 dudes. Maybe there's 3. I don't know. I can't remember.
Those are just the 3 that I remember.
There could be. I can't remember because it's been...
And doesn't...
22.
Sorry, this is random. Doesn't Veros do the audiobook for this?
Yes, and I'm going to touch on that. Okay. Because... Have you listened to it?
No.
Okay.
It makes me nervous.
Oh, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to get into this in a second.
I've heard little clippets of it, and I've thought about downloading it, but I don't know if I'd be able to handle it.
I'm going to tell you. But the second one... We've talked about this with reading Tri-Six Venom by Penelope Douglas, which is a girl-on-girl book, a female-female book. Mm-hmm. And I've read male-male books. My preference is male-male. You would more likely read a female-female mm-hmm. over a male-male. For what I really think it's my anal kink because it's anal at this point. Uh-huh. And in these books, the dudes fuck each other while the other 2 dudes are tag teaming her. And holy mother of God, like the fucking chirping I did in this book, like my panties were wet. It was insane. Like, and for an author to be able to do that, good job.
Right? Because in such a short book too. Yeah.
So now let's talk about the audiobook. So if you guys don't know who Veros is, go listen to him.
He's got an amazing voice.
He does it's honestly uncomfortable at times because
he like moans.
I was gonna moan, but I can't.
Oh yeah, daddy.
I can't. Oh yeah, there you go.
That's how you moan.
That to me is a little too personal, but I was cleaning my house, and with audiobooks, you can't. Hearing the sex scenes to me in an audiobook is uncomfortable because that's something like in your head, it's in your own head. You're not listening to it. It's like you're not watching it pretty much. You know mm-hmm. what I mean? When you're listening to it, it's somebody else reading you the story and telling you the moans, the sounds.
It'd be like me reading a book to you. That would be so weird.
So I was cleaning my house. I was home alone listening to this, and I was blushing. Like I looked in the mirror and I was like a fucking cherry tomato blushing because it was so sexual. Like the way that he portrays it and reads it is just like Jesus Christ. So if you haven't and you want to hear it, I highly recommend him for audiobooks. I wish and I hope that he does more, but listen to him with caution. Don't listen to him in your car because I've heard too many horror stories when somebody else gets in your car and he's like, he was penetrating my pussy, and it's like,
but it's like he was penetrating my pussy.
Yeah.
I tried to do a Veros moan. That did not go well.
No. Leave it to him. Jesus.
Okay. So number 4 for me is... This isn't even a sex scene. It's not. But holy fuck, it got me going. In MK, the very first one. Mm-hmm. I think it was in the first one.
I think so.
Yeah, because it's when she is just kind of getting to know the guys. They go to Archer's first fight, and Steele takes MK into the bathroom, and they don't fuck, but they do some oral and stuff, and
finger fucking,
and oh my god, maybe it's the public place thing again. Like, never in my personal life, like, there is a very slim chance that, or a very high chance that somebody's gonna walk in that bathroom when they're doing what they're doing, and just that like thought of getting caught. I don't know.
It's a turn on.
Oh my god.
I agree with you with the being in public and being a turn on like that. Like, I think I would be, if I had an adventurous partner, I don't think I would be opposed to doing weird, crazy shit.
You know,
Depending, because nowadays you can get in trouble for a lot of shit.
Yeah. But I used to think the same thing, and Nick is a very adventurous partner, and my anxiety just shuts that down. Like, no, oh my God, what if I get caught? Oh my God. You know what I mean? Like, it freaks me out. But like the idea of it
turns you on.
Yeah. And I know you have high anxiety, so I hope that you could overcome that and like get adventurous.
If I have the right partner who makes me feel comfortable, that's a big thing for me in my sex life. If I don't feel comfortable with you, it's not going to happen the way that I talk. Like, I'm a very open person about my sex shit. Like, the shit that comes out of my mouth on the podcast is nothing compared to real life. Like, it's true. I mean, it is, but it's not, because we have way broader conversations off the podcast. And I'm open about that. So people assume that I'm open with sex. I'm a kind of a prude. Like, I'm not just gonna go sleep with somebody just to sleep with somebody. You know what I mean? So for me to really be experimental and talk about this is fine, but experimenting in real life, you've got to have like a commitment with me. You've got to make me feel comfortable. But I think that person has to be dominant, because I don't know that I would start it.
Yeah.
But I sure as fuck will finish it.
Me and your mom actually had a conversation about this. I was like, Corey's like, I'm gonna have all these one night stands, like I'm gonna fuck these dudes, and both of us were like, no, you're not.
No, I'm a big shit talker, like 100%. I talk a lot of mad shit, and a lot of the shit that I talk is sexual, because I'm a very a very sexual person. You were gonna say it. I was not like that. I speak very sexually. And it takes people aback, because me and you are open. We're a lot alike, and that's why we can talk about the things that we do. But people in general are very private and very prudish. They don't want to talk about it. They keep their sex life to them, and which is fine. I don't say, like, I'm not going to walk up to a stranger and be like, I like anal, because that's...
I got railed last night.
Give me tequila and I might. I have one time... Sorry, this is totally... I shoved a flute up my pussy. Just kidding. But we were at a concert, and tequila for me brings out a whole other ballgame.
I don't think you're alone in that.
I think if you have people who don't know me and see me on tequila are like, what the fuck is wrong with this?
I've never seen you on tequila.
You don't want to.
I've seen you on whiskey.
You got my whiskey tits.
Yes, I did. I saw her boobies.
I flashed her with a picture. It's fine.
I was like, oh, okay.
This is why I don't drink, because I let my freak flag fly. But we were walking out of a concert, and I guess I don't remember this, but I was yelling that I like anal, and I just was doing shit, and my sister was mortified, and I felt so bad the next day. I was like, I'm sorry, like,
all these dudes are following behind you like, hey.
So this is why if I'm drinking tequila, it is a very controlled situation.
Controlled environment.
Oh, yes. Okay.
You're number 4.
The gun scene in Hunting Adeline. We had been talking about gun scenes, and we knew that it was going to be in this book, because I had seen things being talked about and stuff, and I had never read a gun scene. You read Den of Vipers, where there was a gun scene involved, and you were not in love with it, and I didn't know how I was going to feel, because I've never read it.
Yeah, I think it was the book itself, though. Like, I've talked a lot of shit on Den of Vipers. It was, like, the smut was class A, except with Diesel. That just got weird. Yeah. But the storyline wasn't there for me. That's what, well, maybe we'll cover it one day, but yeah, that's the first gun experience that I had. So I was like, but in this book, it was way different.
Ooh.
Was that your belly?
That was my throat.
It's like, go in me.
Jesus. I can't even. Anyways, this scene got me hot and bothered. This book is so it's the non-consensual consensual. So he's essentially pushing it on her, even though she's saying no. But it's consensual. Fuck. She's wet.
She likes being scared.
She definitely has that love for the fear, and he knows that. And this scene to me was just immaculate. Like, I was chirping when I read it, and I texted you right after I read it, and I was like, just read the gun scene. Holy shit. Like, I'm gonna go get in the shower now. Like, bye. Like,
because you had read this book before I did, and I remember you were scared to read it, because you're like, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it. And you're like,
This whole book had me fucking chirping. I'm adding this. I'm sorry. The gun scene and the fucking mirror scene was Zayd and Addie.
Oh, yeah. You talked about that scene all the time.
I think I have a thing for mirrors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could totally see it.
It's pulling out now that we're talking about it.
You said pulling out.
Don't pull out, please. Let me come first.
Well, you need to pull out. No babies.
Condoms, dude.
Oh.
Condoms.
Fuck that shit.
Well, I don't
Practice
got that.
safe sex, kids, because I don't.
You do, because you're on birth control.
That's true.
So I would have to say those two scenes were my number 4. They both had me chirping, and this book was amazing for it, which you already talked about the theater. There was just so much.
I haven't talked about the theater yet.
Oh, shit. I ruined it. It's coming. All right, number 3.
So we both have the same number 3, and it is in Hades with the double vaginal penetration.
Can I tell you, I do not physically understand how you can fit 2 dicks in a vagina.
Especially with the way that Tate described these said dicks.
Like, how are they, are they like, right? But how are they like this? But like how do you get
their bodies?
Like, how? I don't, unless one's like down here and one's like, and then you're going in. Like, how do you do this?
Are we doing the full, show?
Like
They would have to be so smushed up against each other.
You got to be comfortable with your sexuality, man.
Got to be comfortable with your sexuality. But no matter the way that you do it, it was fucking hot.
This whole series, the MK and the Hades series, are so hot.
It was Zed and Cass, right?
Zed, Cass, and Gumdrop.
But Gumdrop was the one that was...
getting a blowjob.
Okay, that's what I thought. Mm-hmm. And so it was Cass and Zed that were DPing.
Because Zed was in and Cass goes... She was teasing Cass during the whole scene, and he was like, Zed, are you comfortable with your sexuality? He's like, yeah, man. And put it in. And they were on like the velvet couch in the club, and I got in the shower real quick. If you haven't listened to him all, hot. When I say get in the shower, I mean go masturbate real quick, because God,
that's our code word.
Why are you cringing? I'm being honest.
That's a bad word.
Masturbation?
I flicked my bean.
How is that a bad word?
It's more cringy than like...
I flicked my bean. I tickled my fancy. I got myself off. What else do you want to say?
She rubbed her clitoris.
Better than masturbation.
Anyways, double vaginal penetration. Why are all of these things that I would never do in real life, but it got me chirping?
100%. I was just thinking this because I'm really getting personal. I'm really getting personal, like very in my sexual shit right now. You read about threesomes, foursomes in this book. Would I ever do it in real life? Hell no. But could you imagine having a threesome? And that means the double set of hands, double sets of mouths, 2 penises, like, give it all. I got 2 holes, let's go. I'm just kidding. Oh, you're right. But I would only use 2. I'm not a... But I would never do that in real life. I'm not a person that shares, nor would I want 2 people involved with me. That's between me and a partner.
But it's fun to think about.
Right. But you have hands that we could play.
Okay, number 2. This is my number 2 is the movie theater scene in Haunting Adeline with Zayd and Addie. Again, not a scene with sex, but holy fucking shit. I read this scene twice. That's how good it was. They're at Mark's house and they go wandering off during an event and they find a movie theater and they go into the movie theater. They're the only ones in there. And there's a horror movie playing, which at this point we know Addie gets fucking horny over scary shit. She likes the thrill and the fear. So she's sitting in his lap and he starts like touching her and stuff. And so she turns and looks at him and he stops and he forces her head back to the screen and says, "You do not take your eyes off of this screen." And I'm just like, and so he just gets her off while she's watching a fucking horror movie. And I don't understand why it was as hot as it was, but it was so fucking good.
I have to agree.
It was
this whole
so
book was
good
to me though, but like this one didn't chirp me as much as like the mirror scene. But
same here.
Right,
like mirror scene didn't do it as much.
This is funny because you have your kinks and I have my kinks, and that we pulled different shit from the same fucking book.
Yeah.
This one was hot to me. It got me chirping, but I can't say it was my favorite.
I was waterfalling.
just their relationship, though.
Their dynamic, yeah.
Yeah. And that is a big thing with these books is how's the dynamic? I could have read this in some other book and it wouldn't have been as hot because the story didn't have Zayd and Addie in it. It was, you know what I mean? That's the big thing is like how
They're just the way that they are with each other. Like she was telling herself that she didn't want him, but she fucking wanted Daddy Zayd so bad.
Yeah, agreed.
What's your number 2?
The words, but I need your help because it's been about a year since I've read this. What's his fucking name? Phoenix. I was like, fuck.
I almost said Atlas.
We're all fucked up. I've read 64 books this year, so that tells you where I'm at. I have 2 from this book. This book did it for me. My first one is number 2 out of this book would have to be the club scene. They fuck in a club, and
we still have had a whole conversation about how the fuck did
because it's fucking giraffe legs. Like
he's like spread with
like this, like fucking her because she's what 5 foot, so that's like me with a 6'2" dude trying to fuck in the club.
Like you'd have to be on your fucking tippy toes. Like get you a stool. Maybe she had a stool
as his dick.
How would he fuck her if she's standing on his dick?
She's sitting on it.
Oh, so her legs aren't even touching the ground. She's just like.
I'm gonna pee my pants too. Oh my god. That's the one. Fuck. But there was also somebody watching them. So it's like, that's why, I mean, unless he gets like, he's really squatting, but then his legs are gonna hurt, so you have to have thighs of steel. But that scene got me chirping. But my number 2 actual from this, because there was two scenes in one, was the tour bus scene.
Yes, you fucking love that scene. It's the domination thing again.
Yes, I think that is something that is a must. If you cannot dominate me in the bedroom, get the fuck out of my life because it's not
wasting my time.
Yeah, you're wasting my time and my fucking juices.
I'm crying. Still picturing her fucking legs.
We gotta stop laughing because I'm gonna pee. But when he literally pushes her onto the table and just fucking goes to Pound Town, it was legit.
Like that's it. That's the dream.
Yeah, if you can't, and I remember in the podcast I said I want a man that will do that to me, and I'm still looking for that man to fucking dominate me. Like fucking just do it.
That was almost a year ago, y'all.
Compliments are just growing.
We're starting to take applications. You have to pass the test by me, her sister, and her mom, though.
Can you do it? I don't know.
But
then once you pass that test, then we'd really have to test it.
Speaking of your mom, she just liked our Facebook.
Hi, Mom. You have to pass their test, but then you have to pass the fucking test.
Mm-hmm. They're both really important things.
I feel so bad for my family members that listen to this. I am so sorry. If you don't know I'm a fucking freak, you're gonna know now.
I don't feel bad. You should know better. You've known me my whole life.
Do they know you, though, from the sex side? I don't know.
My mom knows everything.
My mom does, too. I'm just saying, like, certain other people.
I don't think my mom listens.
I think my mom gets the clips that we play, and then every time she plays it, we're sitting at the table or something, or we're sitting on the couch, and she has it so fucking loud, and I'm just like, and then, my little brother's 11. He fucking found our TikTok. Yeah, guys.
My stepkids found our YouTube.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
We're on The Office.
Oh,
that's
this
what
bitch. This fucking bitch the other day.
So
we have Pandora and Spotify at our office, okay? If a patient's listening to Pandora, we have to switch to our Spotify.
And it's logged into my Spotify.
Not the best idea, as we learned.
Yeah.
This bitch goes outside to fucking play our podcast. It starts fucking streaming through the goddamn office.
It's like, warning, this podcast is solely based on smut books.
Like, really?
And I'm like, oh shit.
Talk about a panic attack. At least it wasn't like her or I saying, like, fuck me, like, fuck with this
like
or
anal.
pussy or that. Like, really?
My bad.
Yeah, you're bad.
I asked everybody and no one said that they heard it, so.
Let's just hope no patients heard it.
Well, I think all the patients in the office were either really old or had headphones on. So I'm hoping we're good.
Fingers crossed.
Complaints yet, so.
We're going to keep it that way. No more.
All right, my number one scene for the year. It is a novella. Your Dad Will Do by Katie Roberts. Holy fucking shit. This entire book is smut from beginning to end. And the premise of the book is she finds out that her fiance is cheating on her. She gets pissed off, leaves, and goes straight to his dad's house. And she wants revenge. And he finds out that he cheated on her, and he's like, let's do this. And they seriously spend 48 hours fucking. And it's in the living room where he's recording it, and she's watching herself on the phone. It's in the kitchen in front of a big ass window when the neighbors are outside. They go upstairs, they're fucking in the bed, and he's his back is to the door, but she can see the door, and he fucking ex-fiance walks in, and she doesn't stop him. She just stares him in the face while she's fucking his dad. Dude, this book, woo! It was
ready?
Chirping.
I need to read it still, so I don't have any commentary to say. But from that, I think I'm gonna go home and read it.
It's so good, and it's a quick read because it's short.
Okay, so maybe I need to do it. So
I don't know how I feel about the second one. I'm gonna still read it, but it's gifting me to his best friend or something like that. I mean,
okay,
not my thing, but
it might be in a book.
I've heard it's a good book, so
I'm it might be. You never know until you try it. That's the thing. Is same thing with certain books. You could read the synopsis and be like, But then you read it and it turns out to be one of your favorite books. Mm-hmm. Just because you liked it doesn't mean I'm going to like it, and vice versa. I think we've pretty much liked all of each other's books. So.
Yeah, I don't think there's been one.
Priest.
Priest. I'm interested to see what you think of Den of Vipers too. I really am. I kind of want to reread it though, because that was when I was first getting into smut books. Mm-hmm. So it was dark and crazy, but I hadn't really dived into that world yet, and so I should probably reread it and see how I feel about it now.
You should, because then we could cover.
We're gonna read it together.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh my god,
Triple T K A. Okay, I watched My Chicks this week, so it's on my mind. I think I need to. I hope after we're done recording for the year that I can get into reading again, because I'm in a complete slump. But I'm also very scared.
This is our last episode of the year.
Sad.
It's crazy. But yes, same.
Okay, my number one.
I have a lot to say about this scene because I'm pissed off about it.
So we are going to be covering Credence in the first of the year. That's going to be our first episode for the year. This is a taboo book. It's not for everybody. And if you can't get into it, you're missing the fuck out, because Penelope Douglas covered this perfectly. Mm-hmm. The way they wrote this was spot on. They are my favorite author.
I love Penn. Love Penn.
They write it in such a way that's... all of their books is my favorite. Mm-hmm.
I didn't care that much for Trice.
I agree. That was the only one, but the female was hard for me.
See, that wasn't the part of the book that bothered me. It was that every single one of their books is twisteroo or something crazy happens. Mm-hmm. And in Trice, there just wasn't that.
Mm-hmm. It was good, and it's my least favorite of hers, but at the same point, I still love it. Mm-hmm. I support them no matter what. Mm-hmm. So
absolutely.
This scene. Okay, so since we haven't covered this book, if you haven't read it, it's taboo. It's essentially cousins, but it shouldn't be.
They from Alabama. Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. That was really mean.
You did it. It was not me this time. Fucking A, because I'm always the one that says fucked up shit.
I know. Sorry.
So
I'm ashamed.
We've said worse. So sorry, guys. But the threesome in this book.
Yes.
Like I said, a threesome in a book to me is fucking delicious. In real life, I would never do a threesome. I would never cross that boundary for myself. But this got me chirping so fucking hard. Out of any book I have read ever, I was fucking Niagara Fallsing down my leg. It hurt so bad. I had a blue clit ready to fucking go.
Limp clit?
Blue clit.
Blue clit.
Blue clit for sure. And it starts out with them taking care of each other, washing each other off. And Noah's please. And I love the worst person in the books. We all know this. Mm-hmm. So Caleb was my favorite, who's a mute during most of this book. And Holy fuck. And Penelope Douglas has wrote multiple threesomes. The sauna scene in Credence is hot. I mean, corrupt. This trumps it, dude. Like, holy mother of balls. If I had balls, they would have been ready to release right then and there.
Wet dream.
Oh no, it wasn't even a dream. It was wet reality. Like,
wet
fucking
reality?
Get off now, or else you're gonna be
Explode.
Yes. Like, I was gonna say I would have squirted. I would not have squirted, but that to me was just a whole. I can't even put into words how much I loved that.
Yeah.
Like, I will never ever forget how that book first made me feel. Like, you know, the TikToks there where they're like, what's a book that you wish you could go back and reread for the first time again? That is it. That is the one scene I wish I could go back and reread on multiple times just so I could never lose the effect that had on me.
Yes. I'm excited to reread it because when I was living by myself with my kids in my apartment at nighttime, when it was mom's time to read, the kids would watch a movie or something while I read, and it happened to be this scene. And so I'm reading, and usually they would be like pretty good, quiet, like watching their movie, but just so happens on this night as I'm reading this, they're like, Mom, crawling all over me. So it just ruined the scene for me. And so I'm really excited to reread it, and I'm going to do it with no children home so I can have that full wet experience.
I want you to. And I'm currently rereading this since it's been a long time since we've been there. But I'm scared. I am really scared for myself to get to...
You haven't gotten to it yet?
Almost. I'm literally there. And I'm scared.
I'm excited.
I'm scared because it's literally been 1.5 years since I've had sex, and I'm sitting here like...
It's gonna be bad.
Yeah. I don't know. I better have the vibrator by then, or else I'm going to be using a finger in a shower head.
Just stop at Dr. John's on your way home.
Just kidding.
They sell them at Walmart.
I couldn't walk into Walmart and then I'm going to run into freaking our doctor or something and be like,
hey, how are ya?
This is awkward. This is more awkward than the shit that comes out of your mouth. So...
That's pretty bad.
Yeah. The funny thing is I'm a private person about certain things, but I'm not about what should be private. So, I don't know. It's this one did it for me 100%. I'm ready for more though.
Yeah. So, like we said, send us your top chirps of the year. We really want to hear them.
I do.
Seriously.
I want to know. The other thing is how has it helped your sex life?
Yeah.
I want to know that because for me, when I got really big into reading when COVID came because I fell out of it because I couldn't find books. And I got back into it while I was still in a shitty relationship. And when I could, it helped me. But it's also helped me in general. So whoever is the next one's gonna love it because it's gonna be fucking great. But I want to know, how has it helped? And is your partner supportive of it? Because I got a lot of shit talked on me for reading as much as I did.
Yeah.
But I don't give a fuck because it still made me wet and you got your dick wet, so shut up.
So shut the fuck up.
But it's helped your sex life.
Yeah, it has. I definitely feel like, also though, like this is the first relationship I've been in that I've been totally comfortable, like being completely open about that part of my life. And it's been that way since like from the get-go.
Yeah.
And I feel like that helped a lot. So when I read something or like he reads something or thinks about something, like we just immediately bring it to each other and we're like, yeah, or no.
Yeah.
You know, like we're totally open and honest about it, and it's good. It's really
I know what she's doing after we leave.
No, I'm gonna have a stepchild with us.
Just kidding.
She's
She's getting cock-blocked.
Tonight, though.
And there it is. So, again, this is going to be the last one for the year. So I hope you guys have the happy holidays and a good New Year's.
And we will be back in 2023.
Holy shit, that's going to be like about our year anniversary.
I think we started in like February or April.
We're going to tell you guys, but we're getting there.
Yeah.
How crazy is that?
That is insane. And watching the podcast go from where we started to where it is now. If you start on episode 1, I'm fucking sorry.
Yeah, it was bad. It was a
so
shit
bad.
show.
That was not saying we're not shit shows now, but we're a little bit more organized of a shit show.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Ish.
So if you started from episode 1 and you're still listening today, thank you. Like, watching to see how much we've grown over the past, 10 months or whatever it's been. It's been really rewarding and cool.
It has been. So thank you guys. And I hope that we continue just growing. And if you love us, please share us because it's so fun.
And if there's something you don't love about us, tell us.
Really?
We love constructive criticism.
We want it to be the most enjoyable for our listeners.
Yeah.
But also, we're going to be authentic to ourselves and don't listen to us in public.
Yeah, no.
I don't recommend that.
If one of your recommendations is to stop being so vulgar, you're on the wrong podcast.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
I don't watch my mouth for nobody.
Ain't nobody
gonna tell me what to do with this mouth. Oh, Jesus, I'm done. Alrighty, guys. So when we come back in the new year, we're gonna be releasing our episodes bi-weekly. We will keep you guys updated for upcoming episodes on our Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. So give us a smallo.
Give us a smallo, man.
I need to stop my brain. We've been talking about smut this whole podcast.
That's what the podcast is about.
Yeah, but we typically have a story with it, not just the fucking, and we have been talking a lot about the fucking. So give us a follow at SmutSluts.BookPodcast, and next time we will finally be covering Credence by Penelope Douglas.
Yes, and also we do have a YouTube channel if you want to watch us interact while we record our episodes. Oops. You can subscribe to our channel at SmutSluts.BookPodcast. It's all one word.
Thank you guys so much for listening.
And keep it kinky, Smut Sluts.
We will see you next time.